When students start college, they bring with them their own ideas about how the world works. They may not be able to explain why they think what they do, probably because they haven't given it deep thought. Even if they have, their understanding might still be limited if they haven't had to wrestle with competing ideas or haven't ever heard a challenge to their beliefs. Being exposed to different ideas gives students the chance to compare that new knowledge with what they already believe. They might change their minds because they're persuaded by new information, or they might gain a deeper understanding of their existing beliefs because they're forced to defend them. In either scenario, the end result is positive. Analyzing competing ideas, reasoning about what makes the most sense, and searching for the truth are at the heart of a university's mission. Of course, students can't engage in that process if they and their professors are limited in what they are allowed to discuss on campus. Unfortunately, many universities shut down controversial ideas and discourage open debate. But the University of Chicago has defied that trend. UChicago has a long and proud history of defending the freedom of expression, giving their students the chance to engage with new ideas. In 2014, the university released a set of guiding principles affirming its dedication to free and open discourse. The statement is now commonly known as the Chicago Principles. It starts off by recounting the university's long-standing commitment to free speech. Robert M. Hutchins was president of the University of Chicago for more than 15 years. When a controversial speaker came to the university in the 1930s, Hutchins defended his right to speak. Hutchins said the cure for ideas students find distasteful lies through open discussion rather than through inhibition. He later added that free inquiry is indispensable to the good life, that universities exist for the sake of such inquiry, and that without it they cease to be universities. A more recent UChicago president echoed that message. President Hannah Holborn Gray observed, "Education should not be intended to make people comfortable. It is meant to make them think. Universities should be expected to provide the conditions within which hard thought, and therefore strong disagreement, independent judgment, and the questioning of stubborn assumptions can flourish in an environment of the greatest freedom." The Chicago Principles embody that attitude of freedom of inquiry. Even if most members of the academic community find certain speech distasteful or even offensive, it should still be allowed. It should be challenged through open dialogue and vigorous debate. Of course, there are a few exceptions, including speech that is a genuine threat, harassment, false defamation, substantial invasions of privacy, and speech that prevents the normal functions of the university. But these are narrow exceptions to a broad and generous commitment to free expression. Free speech advocates have embraced the Chicago Principles and encourage colleges and universities to adopt their own versions of the statement. Making a bold commitment to freedom of inquiry will help colleges combat censorship and safeguard free speech, and it will empower them to live up to their core mission, the search for truth. The good news is that some universities have already made that commitment. According to the Foundation for Individual Rights in Education, 65 colleges and universities have adopted their own versions of the Chicago Principles. A few of them are Princeton University, Columbia University, Georgetown University, and the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. You can learn more about higher education, free speech, and the Chicago Principles at www.jamesgmartin.center. Thank you.